Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Maiyegun diary, diary Politico.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Maiyegun diary, na he be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun
Today. Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Maiyegun live. Thank you very much for joining me, brethren. And welcome to the Temple of Truth again tonight. Please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, you are always advised to read the description as well. Like it, the broadcast, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them all that Maiyegun today. And of course, if you have done that already, thank you. While we wait for others to join us, don't mind the attendance yet. Okay, so you just do what you have to do and then sit back, relax, and enjoy the gist. Yesterday, one of Tinubu's appointees, the Dokpemu Stupid Service Director, gave a speech where it was pretty much like a security kind of a gathering, talking about the insecurity situation in that Nigeria. And he did say something which is pretty much true. Like, true. However, he also somehow said something that is also not true. So what was that he said that's true? And that is, he categorically told Nigerians there that the Nigerian police, Nigerian military, they cannot protect everyone, which is true. And that is deliberate, by the way, because the reasons why the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police will not be able to protect everyone is because, number one, the entire security architecture of Nigeria is compromised, corrupt. Now, compromise and corruption, they are two demeaning, destructive, things, if you have to say. So, which means the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police would rather protect the criminals that, turned Nigeria into that jungle that it is, therefore living next to nothing, right, for the protection of the people of the country. So he now suggested that you should defend yourself. Mind you, he won't be the first person to say that as a member of the ruling party as well as the government in power. The Magashi, I think that's his name, Magashi, the former minister of defense under Bukwari, once also advised the people to stop being cowards. He said people should face the terrorists and fight them. So that's exactly that's the same thing that the Dokwemu Stupid Service, DSS, their director is also saying. On the other hand, though, systemically, they are disarming Nigerians, They are disarming Nigerians enough that they are making Nigerians to sit duck and like cows waiting to be slaughtered, just to wait for them. Why did I say that? We have had the instances, true stories, where people actually resisted the terrorists. Indeed, they resisted them, only for the Nigerian authorities, the DSS, the police, the military, and what have you, to invade such communities and disarm them by collecting their weapons, and at the same time arrest those they consider stubborn, who are not going to listen to their instructions. So this is the reality. But the Dokwemu Stupid Service DSS Director Ajayi had this to say. So this is where we're going to start from this evening, okay? Please share the broadcast. It's going to be a long night.
With the CDS. This gentleman, officer and general, does not cease to amaze me. Because he did not only accept to come here, but he did so in writing. He acknowledged, and he did so in writing. He's a great team player. In all my years in service, I've never seen a team player like General Musa. Thank you very much. Thank you for all you do. And I'll tell you a story about the former US President, George Bush. He had gone to campaign in Florida for a second term, and a 10-year-old girl walked up to him and said, when I grow up, I want to be a president just like you. But she said, at this moment, tell me what a 10-year-old can do to help your administration. And President Bush said, anytime you see an American in uniform, say thank you to him. Because every day they lay down their lives for us. General Musa, please say thank you to our troops for laying down their lives for us. But as much as I like General Musa, he underrated me. You know, I have spent 35 years in this job. But for political appointment, I should be on my way out by April. And all I've learned is covertness, how to do things covertly. So, General Musa, you made a mistake with me. When we invited you for this program to be the chairman, you now decided to go and apply for Canadian visa. So we covertly made sure we denied you. So, my dear General, next time when you hear of DSS, and under a leadership like mine, who are swag in doing the job. Don't underrate us. So when you live here, you can see me, you get your Canadians. We wanted you to be here, so you couldn't have been in Vancouver. Speaking seriously about the practical approach to mobilizing to curb insecurity, I'll share experience with you when I was state director in Bauchi. Most of you will remember an incident in Azari. A group of terrorists, the Boko Haram, then had invaded Azari. They were shooting in an attempt to kidnap, and the community chased them. They killed some members of the community, but the community members killed all of them. The last guy, Khalid, climbed onto a tree and was firing. The community stood, they were resilient, and they killed Khalid. Since that day, there has not been one terrorist attack in Azari. As a matter of fact, the former head of state, General Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida, said, and I quote, "If we want to stop or curb this terrorism, we shall emulate the Azari example." Tafawa Balewa also happened to be a local government in Bauchi that was always in flames. And the people of Bogoro and some part of Tafawa Balewa, where the Sayawas are, rose up on one occasion. They knew their terrain better, climbed onto trees and mountains. And when the invaders came, they did not only repel them, they seized their weapons. And since then, you can attest to it that you hardly hear about Tafawa Balewa again. What I'm trying to say, the practical approach to mobilizing people, is that you have to get everyone involved. You do not expect the Nigerian Army, police, DSS, to protect every Nigerian or every community. It is not going to work. In the US, if you visit someone in the house, you will be shocked that when the guy hears a police siren, he will just pull his drawer, bring out his gun and keep it. So one of my hosts did that, and I asked him, "Why are you putting gun here?" He said, "Well, if they are chasing someone and he enters my house, I'll shoot him first." And that is the layer we have to start thinking about. How can you create first line of defense? The military, police, and other security agencies are to deal with the bigger ones. That's with the city.
God bless that person who said that all they know is to talk and talk and talk. That's all they know, indeed. The DSS director is talking about self-defense. He's even talking about communities that warded off the Boko Haram, which means in northern part of Nigeria, by what he said, right, it seems, okay, that there are communities that are allowed to own guns for self-defense, but it is not the same in the southern part of Nigeria. In Nigeria, the only people who I think, right, have the rights or so to own guns or stockpile guns and weapons, they are politicians and they are thugs. Those are the only people that are allowed to. But when it comes to individuals, if they hear say you have gun, and somehow you for example, your community, right? let's say you have 10 people with solid gun, AK-47 or what have you, or pump action, like, you know, like real gun, there is a tendency that the same DSS secretly, covertly, right? They will corner these guys, arrest them, and take their guns. True story. So when he's talking about self-defense, and then giving examples of those who actually pull out or put out guns, right? That is why I said that he's not being honest. And that is what they know how to do best. You would think with the insecurity in Nigeria today, right? Nigerians have, you know, the government's backing to go get their own guns. That is not true. In some instances, I mean, in some places, the government, I mean, the government of this state established their own local security to tackle this problem. But it is that same federal government that continue to stop them from, you know, carrying proper guns or proper weapons. So when they tell us to defend ourselves, I don't know, I think in my own opinion, it just seems like they are just mocking us. Because why is Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS detention? Because he set up a security outfit to tackle the same Foolani terrorists to defend themselves, but they decided to label them terrorists, while the terrorists are labeled bandits. And they are, you know, they are very much like qualified for amnesty. Yeah, you know, rehabilitation by the APC, Ebekebese government. But once they accuse you of being an IPOB, or they said you are ESN, you probably will be dead by then, because theirs is to kill you and use that as their license to kill. So why is DSS holding Nnamdi Kanu if there is self-defense against these marauders, against these terrorists, is recognized by the same Dr. Stupid Service, formerly Daura Stupid Service? Here is the other part of that is jargons, by the way, just for the record.
Bigger ones, the organized ones. But it is impossible for us to deploy it to every community in the country. It is unimaginable that any security agencies that has the resources to do it. So as we live here, we all belong to one community or the other. What we have to start experimenting is how we can make the community to prepare first, if the first line of defense for us. General Wahab said it clearly. And for me, there are 3 takeaways from his lecture. By the way, the General and I were guest speaker at one program in our office, so I'm not surprised that his dexterity. He has developed some sort of expertise in what he does. But 3 things for me. He asked us a question. What is our own culture? Our culture is communal. We do things together. Festival together. Ceremonies together. Wedding ceremony, whatever. So why can't we fight some miscreants, some charlatans among us together? The community should say, you cannot come here. This is what Tafawa Balewa has done. If you go to that community to attack them, you'll be sorry for yourself. I challenge anybody to try it. And this is the way we have to do. We have to allow some level of armament for the communities, and they can serve as the first line of defense. Second takeaway from what the general said. All society approach is not the first time we are hearing. But what I'm saying, the way to do it is when we live here, those of us who have some influence, the elites in society, discuss with your communities, come to us, get some sort of approval and guidance, and then we can stop these criminals. You can imagine you call sector, let's say sector 4 or whatever, sector of the army, to come to this community if there's an attack. Before they even arrive there, if they attack another community, what happens? This is what we should take away from here. And lastly, he said something very instructive. By the way, I like Osman. He knows who to give time. Have you seen him around here? He has advised himself. So don't.
Okay, just to hold him, on his words, he said they should develop a kind of like a process, right, or procedure where communities or individuals or people that need some clearance, like possibly some government-issued licenses, apart from the normal gun licenses, okay, to give you the clearance that you could own this particular gun or you could hold that particular guns and all of that. And in your community, so wherever you are under any attack, you can defend yourselves. But like somebody said, it is all talks, no action. Or it is compromised, kind of. When I say compromised, I mean it is not a one-size-fits-all kind of arrangement, okay? Because there are other factors, right? There are other factors that will make it impossible for them to allow all of us to own our own guns and defend ourselves like he suggested. Because everybody knows why we are all asking for guns. We are all asking for guns to defend ourselves or protect ourselves from who? The Foolani terrorists. So you have the Foolani terrorists in the forest. You have the Foolani terrorist sympathizers in the cities. And you have Foolani terrorist sponsor in government. So allowing us to harm ourselves is practically us saying, or literally us saying that we are harming ourselves to defend ourselves against the Fulanis, the Fulani terrorists in that contraption. So that is where the saboteurs within their Al-Qaeda People's Congress, People's Congress, APC, Ebekebe, whose interest is only to protect the interest of the murderers, the Fulani terrorists, blackmail you or gaslight you from even saying it. So they won't let us have our guns. So the DSS, the Dokwemu Stupid Service Director, right, is probably just giving a flowery speech. All talk, no action. Because you see the Edo people that reacted after years of Fulani terrorism. The Edo people, not just the Edo people, but that's the recent one, who reacted after the governments have pretended to be deaf and dumb for years. They are counting their losses. They are burying their loved ones. Many of them have abandoned their only source of survival, agriculture. They can't go to their farms. So if Edo people have a chance of, or if the Dokwemu Stupid Service were to actually be true to their words, their director, true to his words, right? So there's a chance that what happened in Yoruba 4 days ago will never have happened. Why? Because the Yoruba people themselves would have, they will know who they are fighting, rather than the transfer of, the transfer of aggression or what have you to these supposed travelers, okay? They will go into the forest of Uromi, go to the forest of Esan, everywhere, and comb the entire place of this Foolani terrorists. But because the system is so broken that people have been left on their own, yeah, they have been left to the mercy of this terrorist. If they see you with gun, DSS will be in your house before this evening. And not only that, they will take your gun away. You are likely going to be arrested. And God help you that you are not an Igbo man. If you ended up being an Igbo person, they found a gun in your house, well, God help you. So if these guys are, to be honest, for real, it is just so that, if they are being honest, it is to agree that all of us need to harm ourselves against the Foolani terrorists, the Boko Haram terrorists, ISWAP, and all of these terrorists who have their sleeper cells across Nigeria as we speak. You know, it's like an open secret as well, that those who actually knows that there are these jihadists and their terrorism and their sleeper cells, their recruits that are currently just waiting for a directive. Oh yeah, enter them in the southern, especially in the southwest part of Nigeria as we speak. So we are just on our own. And the director of DSS is a Yoruba man. Your president is a Yoruba man. And indeed, you currently have your own Yorubanized federal government of Nigeria, that never serves anybody's interest except the interest of the rogues who are using your own tribal card or ethnic card. Some are using religious card to have a seat at the table where they are sharing and mortgaging the destinies, the future, the lives of Nigerians and the generations yet unborn. You know, talking about Benin, right? I have this reaction talking about Benin and talking about guns. You see, Benin is also a place like many other states in Nigeria where you have different kind of violent cultists. I have said something similar to this on this platform in the past, right? Where I said, how could you call yourself cultists, brandishing weapons here and there, and your community or half of your people have had to relocate away from your community because of the Foolani terrorists? So what happened to this Yorubas? Somebody else picked that up. It's now talking to people of Benin.
If I they look Benin people, I they see them as my brother without anybody, but you divide yourself. If I tell Vikings, Ayes, Bogania, Tutu, make, even if say we know be one, we know they do one meeting, make all of una come together and protect your land. Una go say Ide Jones. See, whatever make me to start prophecy means that something is coming. You remember this Deborah? I have talked about her before this thing happened. Go to my video. I have talked about Deborah before when I say that. I say something about Deborah. The video is on my TikTok. Go and watch it before this incident. But if I tell una now, make una come. May we come together. Stop buying yourself. May we protect our land. Una no go gree. May we dey use our brain. It is time to understand where all this thing is coming from. But still rest in peace for these 15 people they born. Because if action are taken when they bomb the Ebola, this thing wouldn't have happened. Because when government failed to arrest jungle justice, so many people will believe that this jungle justice is the way. But look at how people are attacking me trying to speak peace. I did not insult Northern. I did not insult anybody. Me, myself, I be Muslim, but see threaten. So if I tell all these our people, Bini, Rivers, everybody, we are be one people, they will say, Blobby, you are Johnson. You the cap. You the cap. Papa, this thing no be cap matter. These people, they are not fighting for religion. They are coming for tribal wipeouts. The way where they respond. Omo, be wise.
Yeah, he's appealing to his fellow courtists that can you please, let's use our head once. Yeah? Our person go saying be courtists. They do gra, here and there. But they're not born and well to even go to his village. Why? Because Foolani terrorists have taken over his entire village. His own people don't go to farms anymore. Yeah? But it's everywhere. Yeah? Shouting, who goes you? Who goes you? Who you? Identify yourself. Who goes you? What are you flying? You the capi, you the capo, as all this other nonsense and jargons that they spew. You know? Or here is another one. This time, he is someone who feels so disappointed that not be only that the Foolani terrorists are feeling more at home, committing the atrocities in those states and underreported before this incident happened, right? It's feeling like they also have the most mumuest person as governor, and he can't hide this disappointment on that. Talking about when government failed and people resort to self-help, like what happened in Benin.
Well, all right, the do state governor who apologized yesterday for Kano State. They paid the family of the people who lost their life. They paid their visit and to compensate them. A good though, will not say no good. But my governor, now you apologize. I do will not apologize. Because you know why? Will not apologize, my governor. Will not apologize. Will not be women. We are men. If you know a woman as a governor, what they give us, will not be women, will be men. You understand? We will nobody apology. Because I want to ask you a simple question. The man with the key and the people who don't die, how many northern governors we don't come pay visit? We don't come to say we are sorry for this thing will happen, we no support them. How many of them don't come do one? The answer is 0 by 100. For Benue, how many don't go Benue? Say, oh, we are sympathize with Benue people. The answer is 0 by 100. You understand? We made a cry. How many governors for North don't go? Including the president. Deborah lost her life because he was in a Christian. They stoned her to death. Today, Buhari do say go. Their face even show. You know, arrest anyone. No justice for that poor girl. The girl go like that because of say you to say in a Christian for North. You understand? Huh? We don't know say that woman you be with this you be man. Woman not feel the control men for city. Because the truth not pass. You never one day go pay the family of the people where they destroy their crops, eat their farm, their crops, they destroy their farmland, kill them, rape them. You never one day go. But immediately this thing happen, you touch Romy. You touch Romy to tell us, say, man, the arrangement, it's just they tell everybody, say, the arrangement, and for not they carry you coupled. You they fear may not do you what they do for Bara. That's what they fear for. May not suspend you, say you no fit do anything. I mean, they run up and down, they run like, you be like a woman, they run up and down, they go. Now you apologize. Your apologies is good to you, not we. We know they apologize. They don't know they apologize to nobody. We owe nobody apology. Because they don't kill too. They don't do jungle justice by raping, killing, and everything. So this one saying they are tired, they don't reach their neck. They have to do their own jungle justice. So they all can become war. Now you apologize. I see one way they wear masks, you know, not they wear masks, you be like Lagbaja, they shout, they speak. Okay, we know you do the talk. If you know so you get mad, come there, those states. That your mask will fair pull and use on your bust or your head. We go born you to the Chris. No, they apologize to nobody. I will nobody apology. You understand? So, and you don't start like this. Any way touch one a do person, we give you 24 hours. What if 24 hours? We go shut out 1 way to 2. We give you 12 hours. No of na governor run come to say, we are sorry, you, are not vessel. 10 Foolani go follow. 10 Foolani go follow because una need. Now, not we go apologize. Now the governor go apologize. We know they apologize to anybody. If you want to repair, we call revenge. You understand? So because una they apologize to people. Don't see Benue State. Edo will not go take him. It don't stop. It don't stop. After it does it, and for your information, the governor, if you be mad because you they do like person no grow for Edo State or person no grow for Eastern land. Because if you grow for Eastern land, you know say if you don't do anything, you can't meet that people for house. The people when you go they arrest 40 people you see they go, they are innocent now. Those ones stay as well because they not do. Their mind is free. You go pick innocent people, they go Abuja for more investigating waiting. And when you know say if anything happen like this, but people we don't know they don't come out. They go they arrest innocent people. They go they try them. They try innocent people. You will because you don't trust you want to go arrest them. Your action is that they won't go arrest them. So they will come up for the town. You don't know before, they don't go tell you. I mean, you know why? You don't be a person. You be happy or one or call you don't know before. You go they beg. They are like a woman. They follow the old northern place. Northern Kanu governor speak as a man. You go they beg like woman. Now you go beg, we go beg. We know they beg anybody. We know our people waiting happen. And we know see our people waiting they do. So no one go all that juggle justice. The one they do and the one they do now that juggle justice. Mugu. Who get your time? Now they wear man, just they shy, we don't shout tire, enter ask me, you go sleep. Or you be like goat, Nara Goma.
What?
Goat, Naira Goma. Ewu Hausa, Naira Goma, 10 Naira. That's what you call the Opeodoyo. Oh, by the way, yesterday, there was this leaked judgment of the governorship petition tribunal sitting on the Edo State between, I swear, the Opeodoyo. You know, when they rig you, they will tell you to go to court. Go to court. So today, the same judgment that was leaked yesterday, it's on Maiyegun's diary Politico, for those who can possibly read all of that, you know. And the same judgment they gave today to confirm that Opeodoyo is, or to affirm that Opeodoyo is the authentic governor of Edo State. This afternoon, same judgment we saw yesterday. You know, I'll show you. So they are now going to go to the appeal court, yeah? And then from appeal court, they are also going to go to Supreme Court, yeah? Anyway, Edo people. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them. May they kill you. Judiciary. Isaleko Barack Obama or Ajangbadi Albert Einstein, the former minister of darkness, potholes, and homelessness. And that is, Fashola Holmes. I was talking about the role of the judiciary in stabilizing your democracy or otherwise. Remember, he's a lawyer too. They call him San, the senior advocate of New Sans. Yeah, listen.
My remaining 3 stories are short, and I will just share with you some of the things I shared at the annual conference of Egbe Amofin Odua in Lagos last year. And when I shared them, people were surprised to hear them and the connection within our development. But they were the direct result of the handiwork of our colleagues. So the first one, the geometric power project in Aba. And I think my learned friend Tokunbo Kaide might know some of the background history, because it was in the administration in which he served. Needless to say, the whole country was looking for power. The operation of the power was made in a court dispute. And that power project could not come on because it was in court. Luckily, the immediate vice president and I intervened, got the matter out, and I still saw a few days ago the letter of invitation by Mr. Batsinaji the day they commissioned the project, because he was grateful that at least we could extract the case from court and they could then deal with the commercial issues. Those who are familiar with the power sector of Nigeria will recall the 700 megawatt Zungeru hydropower plant in Niger State. The long and short of that story is that we went to China Exim Bank to borrow money to build a 700 megawatt power plant. Somewhere in between, in a very unclear relationship till today to me, one of our colleagues got involved and he was being owed his fees by some of the contracting parties here in Nigeria. He went to a high court here, got an injunction, sued China Exim Bank, the people lending us money, and injuncted them from releasing the project fund until his own fees were paid. And again, it was when I took office as Minister of Power that we resolved this dispute. And happily, the project was completed somewhere in the life of the last and this present administration. And I think a substantial amount of that 700 megawatt is part of what we benefit from. But I'm trying to connect dots between what we do, how the justice system responds, and the future, and the quality of development that we experience as a people. The last experience is the Ikeja Mall, the ShopRite Mall. Those who are familiar with Lagos will know that mall near the Secretariat. So there was only one mall in Lagos, in Lekki. And we were trying to get the developer, when I was governor, to come and do another development in Lekki, in Ikeja. Lekki was runaway success story. But we felt that Ikeja also had its own appeal. The land on which that mall currently stands today used to be the warehouse of the Lagos State Judiciary for the bailiffs. That was where they kept goods. So we acquired that land from the Chief Judge in exchange for another one in Agege. All through that period, and all through the period when the construction was going on, there was no court case. On the morning when the mall was supposed to open, when people had been employed, goods had been put in the mall, and we were going to have the grand opening, I heard that there was a motion ex parte for injunction not to open the mall. But to the credit of the Lagos Judiciary, who understood our policy of private-public partnership and the risk to it, my Lord Justice Phillips then was Chief Judge. She stepped in quickly and said, there will be no injunction. I order. My remaining 3 stories are short. And I will just share with you some of the things I shared at the annual conference of Egbe Amofin Odua in Lagos last year. And when I shared them, people were surprised to hear them and the connection within our development.
Nuisance Lele.
Because I just want to have him say it, how they have used judiciary, right, to tie down the growth of Nigeria. But I promise you guys that you see all the stories he said in that video, they are all lies. Just for the record, they are all lies. There was never a time, yeah, that in 4 years of Fasholi Omoli, right, as your Minister of Darkness for 4 years, he added, listen to me, he added 0. Can you even believe that? They call him Super Minister at the time. He added 0. That's why in that statement he just said, he said that it was when he became minister that they settled the case and they were able to go ahead and build the megawatts. Then he added, he said that it was completed under the past government and this current one, which means under Tifnubu and under Bokuwari, the power project was completed. He won't tell you where, because it's a lie. For 4 years, that is Aleko Barack Obama, Ajangbadi, Albert Einstein added 0 megawatt to Nigeria electricity generation. And that is a fact. When these unfortunate criminals hijacked power in 2015, Nigeria was generating over 9,000 megawatts of electricity. Now, Google it. Google it right now and say, how much is Nigerian power sector? How much megawatt of electricity are they generating now? Do it. It's going to tell you their capacity. Then it's going to tell you what they are generating. Nigeria is now generating less than 6,000 megawatts of electricity. 6,000, something that was over 9,000 11 years ago. I mean, sorry, nearly 10 years ago. Today, after the 4 years, 700 megawatts of that mofo that he's talking about, right? But judiciary, of course, they can give injunction, they can give ex parte order. You know, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Onogen, was removed by an ex parte order. Ex parte order. You know what I mean? So that is the judiciary in that place, compromised and indeed very, very corrupt. And then Fasholi is one of them. Don't get it twisted. Talking about the consequences again as well, right? Of you know, bad leadership, corrupt, compromised, you know, political office holders. So I saw a video of Nigerians in Lagos, by the way. They are protesting the darkness. which band A that they were added to, where they pay more for darkness. That's what you have in Nigeria right now. People are paying more for darkness than for electricity. They are paying for a service that is available in the first world, right? You are paying the price of electricity that we enjoy in the first world countries in a third, fourth, or 10th world shithole in that contraption. Yet they still won't give you anything other than darkness. Like these guys protested in Lagos.
As you can see, this is Federal High Court, Ikoyi. People can no longer bear the crazy billing of Brandy, the so-called Brandy. You can see that people are filing case against PACN concerning Brandy. The bill they are paying now is more than house rent. What they are billing people now is more than house rent, so people can no longer bear it. That's why they are filing case against them. You can see them this morning displaying their banner. They are having case against PACN this morning at the Federal High Court, Ikoyi. So that's what they are seeing. That's what you are seeing now this morning. Complaining that what they are billing them is more than the house rents. Like the way they are billing people now under the so-called bandit is more than what they can bear. And despite that, the light is not even at that constant. And even at that again, when there is problem with the transformer, the transformer is faulty, there are the people repairing it, contributing money to repair it. You can see them. They are from, you can see the area. They are from Aguda, Koka, Orile, Ijeshatedo, Itire, and Itire community as a whole, standing up that they can no longer bear it. And also, this is a collective fight, not just for a particular community. It concerns the whole Nigeria as a whole. Because this bandit, they are taking it too far. Their billing is becoming too high. It's becoming more than house rent. There's no doubt about it. The last one they brought, they are giving one house energy charge for 1 month, 2 million, 1.5 million, 700,000 just for 1 month, not accumulation. No. So that's why they are protesting. That's why they are filing case against them. As you can see, this is Federal High Court, Ikoyi. People can no longer bear the crazy billing of Brandy.
Crazy billing. That is their reality. Imagine your electricity bill is more than your rent. You know, they say, well, I don't wear concussion with that. If you are looking for what it means that Wahala wear concussion, it is what Nigerians are actually going through right now. I mean, only few of them have been able to scream out, but at the same time, they haven't reached that critical mass to really challenge and take these guys to the cleaners. So Showore was at the remembrance, sort of, 4-year remembrance kind of meeting for Yinka Odumakin. You remember Yinka Odumakin? I think he was the secretary of the Afenifere before he died. So Showore was there, and of course, conversation had to, get on along the political situation or the political pulse of the country, the economy, and all that. So Showore said everything came to an end. Everything has finished. The moment you allowed the most dangerous man in Nigeria to become your president for a single day, for 1 day, not to talk of for almost 2 years now, everything ended. Sure?
Revolution! the reason I don't get invited to this event anymore because they said I come to events, come and scare the government and their friends. I want to thank Dr. Joe Maiyegun for keeping my brother Yinka's memory alive. I want to appreciate everybody on the high table. I also want to advise Dr. Joe Maiyegun not to accept any gift from what the link. His case has not been reopened by the ESS. You don't want to be caught in that situation. You don't want to be a witness in the renewed ESC investigation. So, Abarish, be careful who you bring gifts from to our sister. But having said that, I am one of the few people who know Yinka very privately. And the reason I do so is that he's one of my biggest reporters, Sahara reporters. In fact, I will reveal today, since they can't get to him anymore, but he can get to everybody, that Yinka was the person behind the story we did on Stella Odua, revealing how she bought 2 BMW cars, buying each of them for 170,000 euros. Those BMW cars were never made available at any airport in Nigeria. But that was what led to the downfall of Stella Odua. I've never revealed this because I'm not supposed to reveal my sources as a good reporter. But this my source has gone to be helpful. Yes. My other very interesting thing I want to say is that for everybody who is here, let's keep this circle very small, but don't ever let us abandon ourselves. One thing I noticed about this whole today is that there are friends and fair weather friends. Yinka had a lot of fair weather friends. People like Buhari is not here. He was one of the people that benefited from Yinka's intellect. In fact, if we know for Yinka, his third attempt to become president, he wouldn't have been able to make the push he made that eventually led him to become president. Another fair weather friend is Jonathan Goodluck. Yinka fought for Jonathan Goodluck to become president. Where is Jonathan today? It is those of us who have been his friends in the days of CD that are still here today. All the fair weather friends are gone. And one last thing I wanted to tell is a story about Sanusi. And you know, the last time we came here, it was Sanusi was talking. I said, this guy has talked himself into trouble. But I was not given the microphone to speak about Sanusi, and it connects Yinka. When Sanusi was removed as the central bank governor, Yinka called me and said, they are going to remove Sanusi. I went to the airport to meet Sanusi. He was removed. When we drove to this man who is now Minister of Finance, Edo's house. They brought a big bowl of rice. I said, I'm not here for rice. I came to interview Sanusi. When the lawyer showed up, it was the man who eventually became vice president, Pastor Charade. And Yinka called me and said, I said, a great job you did interviewing these guys. He said, well, wait till the future. He said, the guys you met are the most dangerous people that Nigeria will ever have to confront. And he added another name, and this is very important for everybody. Anybody who knows Yinka will tell you that. Yinka will tell you that the day Tinubu becomes Nigeria's president, he said it's the end. He said, of all the dangerous people that Nigeria had, Tinubu is the most dangerous. Well, yes, that is what Yinka told you. Anybody who is here, if you are in private conversation with Yinka, Yinka will tell you that you haven't seen anything yet until Tinubu becomes president. We hope that Tinubu will never become president. Tinubu has become president. Yinka is probably in a better place because I don't know how he would have survived under this Tinubu regime. But the truth he said has come to pass, that Tinubu is the most dangerous president. And the reason why he said it, he said of all the politicians in Nigeria, the ones that recognize and has worked with every evil person in Nigeria is Tinubu. Say he has worked with the military. Honestly. Say he has worked with the military, He has worked with drug dealers. He has worked with people who kill people. And then he himself has risen through the ranks of impunity and abused that publicly, anywhere. So, INCASE prediction, his prophecy has come to pass.
Hallelujah.
And I want to say that it is not too late to believe INCASE on Tinubu's case. Because Tinubu has now traveled to France for his weekly medical trips.
The situation in the contraption is beyond what a lot of you in your own privileged position can indeed comprehend. There's a different ways of how Nigeria is dealing with everyone. See, those ones who are in Nigeria will tell you that they are more worried and more concerned about food than security. If you are living outside Nigeria, like you are living abroad, and you have your investment, whatsoever it is, whatever it is, right, in Nigeria. So every day you have to be opening the news and checking what is the latest. Look at these guys. You know, they are sending a protest video, Save Our Soul, SOS video, rather, from America, because their life savings, one of them said she's an investor, by the way, their life savings have been taken away from them because Tinubu want to construct coastal road to nowhere. So they now decided to send a message as if to say, like, you know, I think they don't too take for America. So somehow they think this is going to work. Devulu called a meeting to tell those people they took their lands at that Lagos, right? There was nothing he could do. So it didn't work. To the point that a woman also said that she was the head of Tinubu's campaign in her area. Now she's homeless, away. So she was so emotional that, if these guys wanted to be like humans, right, they would have given the woman back her land or compensate her. I don't know how this is going to work. I just thought you should know that the victims of Tinubu's, directionless, purposeless, illegitimate regime, the victims of all the decisions are not just based in Nigeria. Many of them are abroad too.
Hello, Chicago.
Hello.
Hello, Chicago.
Hello.
My name is Adebukola Musa. I'm a foreign investor of Nigeria. I'm based here in Chicago, and I have a lot of friends, a lot of people, because I go to Nigeria every year. I spend 3 months in Nigeria every year because of my kids. I can't leave them here. However, the reason why we're here is to plead with our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he wants school here. He knows what we do over here. We work hard. We work very hard. Some people do 9 to 5. Some people do 12 hours. Some people do 24 hours because they want to bring money back home. They want to invest in Nigeria because they believe in us. They believe that Nigeria is giant of Africa. Now, if we do that and this man is demolishing our properties, what should we do? What can we do? Over here, there's nothing we can do except for us to plead to our president, to talk to this man. For me, my father had 50 acres of land in Ayobo many years ago. And it was taken away from him, taken away from us. There's nothing we could do because we were nobody. Because there is nobody to fight for us. There's nobody that could speak for us. And that is why we let it. Now we are here struggling in order for us to invest. Me as a person, I couldn't come home to invest in Lagos. I was born in Lagos, but I'm scared of all this news. I'm scared to come and invest in the place where I was born. We are begging the president to please help us speak to this man. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't have respect for him. For him to do that to people that live in America, that live in other parts of the country, they invest in Nigeria, and at the end of the day, they have nothing again. After all their hard-earned money, we are begging President Tinubu to please help us speak to him so we can get our properties back. Yes. So we can get our money back. All the money that we have invested in these properties, we need them back, please. And I come to Nigeria every year. I'll be coming to Nigeria again. But there are some things that I've said from properties that we are losing. Our children, our girls, our boys, especially the other girl that spoke about the NYC girl. They want to shut her down because she's speaking the truth. A lot of things like this are happening in Nigeria that they are scared to speak up because somebody somewhere is ready to threaten them.
Too much English because we've been speaking English. Our president is Yoruba, and I want to speak Yoruba to our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. My video is out there when we are campaigning for Baba. I'm one of the people that support you. I still love you, and I cannot stop loving you. Because I know that all these people that you are working with, these ministers and senators, they are working against you, Baba. Baba, Chicago la wà yìí, inú àwọn èèyàn ò dùn. Àwọn tó ń wò yìí, inú wọn ò dùn. And I know that one of these days, ẹ sì tún máa fẹ́ padà lọ because renew hope yín tẹ̀ ń ṣe, afẹ́kẹ́ gbé débi tó dára. Àwọn èèyàn yìí ṣiṣẹ́ against yín ni, Baba Tinubu. See, we love you, Tinubu, and we will not stop loving you. We are in Chicago. Couple of weeks ago, we are in Houston. Today we are in Chicago. We came to your second home. If you want to come to America, I believe you will come to Chicago. And people want to bring drums, dancers to come to the airport to celebrate you. You are doing a good job. Nigeria is changing. Everything is going fine. But this minister is working against you. Oh, she said against you. Only mission. Only biton law. Baba, ọmọ kékeré ni mo jẹ́ níwájú yín wọ́n pé máa rí fídíò yìí. Lágbára Ọlọ́run máa fún yín ní ẹ̀mí gígùn láti fi bá Renew Hope débi tó yẹ kẹ́ bá dé. Orúkọ tẹ́ ẹ ti ń tún ṣe ní Nàìjíríà kò ní bàjẹ́, Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́, Ọ̀yọ́ state ò ní bàjẹ́, Ogun state ò ní bàjẹ́, America ò ní bàjẹ́. My name is Akinloye Laide, aka Aladdin. One love.
Thank you. Of the Calabar Coastal Road to please give careful consideration to our concerns, and this will reassure Nigerians in diaspora and foster confidence in the government of the day. Once again, like I've said, Engineer David Umar and everybody that have the authority or apparatus of work of our office in Nigeria, please reconsider the step. This will help us Nigerians in diaspora and other people alike who want to come to Nigeria and invest and rebuild their confidence. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigerian people.
Thank you. All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name. I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. The transmission line is a super highway. For generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Here is a successful, again, a town hall, different from Blue Bulaba. The farmer will make more money. Your lunch will not be imported. Cassava gari
Kolu. I am trying to see where I'm going to start from. You know that thing where you say, I want to laugh in such a way that it no go vex God. Right? Like that. When you say it no go vex God. You see, those of you who are living abroad, those of you that because of Tifnumbu is Yoruba, and somehow you are telling yourselves, right? And because you are living abroad, there is this personal conviction that you are never going to be affected by what is going on in that contraption. I love that fact that you see those Abroadian Ronukus, they are still living in that that deluded mind or deluded life that they are living. Number one, there are people who claim to love Nigeria from abroad. So they work hard in America, in Europe, and all over the world. Put the resources together to invest in that contraption. And what they call investment mainly is to buy land. Buy land, build estate or build houses and rent the houses out and all of that. So you can say, since you go abroad, though, you don't build house for Nigeria. They will even ask you, since you don't come abroad, you don't build a house. Somebody once said that, you see all the actions of Devulumayi on that Lagos-Calabar coastal road to nowhere. Road, maybe say Tifnumbu is not constructing any road other than just, you know, using the name of Nigeria resources and, you know, construct a road to their Lagos Eco-Atlantic. That's what they are doing. There is no road to any Calabar or anywhere. There's none. But anyway, Tifnumbu and his gang, they have eyes on the choice lands in Lagos from time immemorial. Don't get that wrong, right? So somebody once said that a time is coming that the Yorubas, who are the victims of this land grab by Tifnumbu and his allies, they are going to remove Tifnumbu from it. And you know, say Devulumayi is Igbo. They will say he is an Igbo man who came to come and, you know, chase Yorubas out of their land. Did you see them now shouting on Tifnumbu? Baba Tifnumbu, Ogbeni only mission. That man gets plan. He has a plan. Baba Tifnumbu, you know, say you are going to come back second time, You see this man, this devil Umayi man, he has a plan. He is there to work against you. Baba, our land, they have taken our land. So we want you to do something, sir. We know, say you have a big name. You heard him. At least you heard him. That is the footprints of Tinubu in your Nigeria now. There are those who are going about telling people that Tinubu wanted to make Nigeria better. But there are some people, you see all this hardship that people are facing in that contraption right now, the corruption and all of that Tinubu and his men are enjoying. They already have people on ground, home and abroad, telling people that Tinubu mean well, but the people around him, they are the ones making life unbearable for Nigerians. There are people already saying that. So if somebody where they are abroad, is saying it with confidence that their land, though, that the volume collected, was because Tinubu is not aware. So in years to come, they are going to point fingers at the volume. They're going to blame the Igbos, you know, like a lot. People have predicted this. It's just that I wasn't expecting this to come from anybody living abroad. But Nigeria don't happen to them. So they had to all put on the makeup, dress fine, and they started to do video to send it to Tinubu like Tinubu is not aware. You get that? You are living abroad. You are shouting, cry more, Tinubu will do 80 years. About Tinubu can do 80 years. Normal, you know, the people who are my own loved ones, right? And I care for them a lot. I really do care for my people. But there is little or no control. I have little or no control at all to their survival in that contraption. I don't get bank account there. The land where I get there, where I bury my mama, they won't collect them. I say, maybe if they're born them, where me they collect. So I come and build this house because they will collect the land. I said, let them collect the land. I want to see the person that will collect the land first. So I've got nothing they can take. I've got nothing they can steal. And it's a little bit, even at that, right? Even at that, I am still not spared from, you know, possibly getting a bond by association with that contraption. So if you are living abroad and somehow you are living in denial of the consequences of bad governance, so if all your sweat, all your labor, all your sleepless nights, and all of that, right, is now taken away from you, just like that. And even at that, you still don't want to put the responsibility by this doorstep of the person responsible. They're calling him Babawa. Babawa, sir. Babawa, sir. Baba ain't in France, by the way. Babawa, Tinubu. So those who are abroad, they are watching all their, what they call their life savings, demolished, no compensation. There's not even any recognition at all. We wanted to do Odumejo. Baba said, okay, Odumejo le malu. Baba said, oh, Baba do Mejola. But he go tell everybody when he is done. I promise you. Remember that they said that the Nigeria is so tough right now that, you know, back in the days, you can call your pastor and say, hello, pastor. I just had a very terrible dream. Oh yeah, what's the dream? I mean, I just had this dream. They prepared this big bowl of chicken, you know, and yeah, they gave me the chicken and I was munching the chicken. I was like, but those are in the days. Oh, how many times those of you who have been, at least who live in Nigeria, when was the last time that busy 3 foot parts? I mean, sorry, that 3 foot parts, what do they call them? Orita Meta. I've been Orita Meta for your streets. When was the last time you saw them put a goat there as a sacrifice for the about everybody? You go dream now. They say it's so bad that people know they dream, say them feed them for what do you call it? The witches. You know, say they say the witches can give you something in your dream. The witches, you know, those when we're growing, they say, you Africa wahala. Open your mouth. I want to take your destiny. Yeah, eat this chicken. Open. Which itself no get money to buy chicken anymore. So talk say they won't take food, collect your destiny. Where the money? Who go cook up? Like witches we never chop. Come carry our food and say we'll go collect another person's destiny for Canada. Like it's a serious misadventure. That is how hard it is in that contraption as we speak. So if you are living abroad and you are doing your baba, our daddy, sir, please look into it. You are calling on the person responsible for your outbreak, the person responsible for for your what would be your trauma. You are calling him to come and save you. How? Huh?
Every day you wake up to one bad news or the other. It is morning, like 6 in the morning right now, and I'm already angry because I am a Nigerian. Cause what the hell? Look, a friend of mine just lost his brother to some animals because it is not... Okay. So this guy has a brother who is schooling in one of these northern universities. His brother and 2 other guys were kidnapped. Upon their kidnap, the idiots told them that the ransom is 50 million because they were hoping the university were going to pay for it. So these families, the families of these boys, came together and they told these kidnappers that, guys, wait, these universities are not going to pay for this thing. Now we go pay for them, and there's no way we're going to be able to raise 50M, right? The kidnappers and these families negotiated, and they came to 2 million naira, that they should pay 2 million naira each for the boys. These families literally suffered. They stressed to be able to raise that 2 million naira each, and they sent 6 million naira to these kidnappers. They were supposed to release these boys immediately the money gets to them. When they sent them the money, the idiots were like, the money is not enough, that it's Ramadan season, Salah is coming soon, they need money to celebrate Salah, so they should add more money for them. When the era tani haka dan Allah dan Anabi. Anyways, see, these people should... Okay. So, they told this family that they needed to increase the money because Ramadan is... Salah is coming, so they need to celebrate Salah. And that they should increase like to 2 million, or what, is it 2 million or 1 million?
Because that's the reality today. Kidnappers will be on the phone with the family of their victims. The police can't trace the call. And if they actually trace the call, doesn't mean they want to go after them. Police will tell you to go and pay the ransom. But you have to give them the 10% of it as well, just for hearing. You have it, there's something called for seeing. Another one is for hearing. Both of them have something that you have to sort of like claim as yours, kind of. Make Nigeria not happen to you. I say make Nigeria not happen to you. I have seen Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the Ronu Bastard, the bad idiots. These are slickers, crumb chasers, crumb eaters, all righters, these voluntary slaves, humbled slaves, sophisticated demorons, and name it. They think it is out of animosity that we actually say that prayer. May Nigeria not happen to you. Something happened to this. I don't know if you have seen the video, because the video I'm about to show you next can be a little bit distressful somehow. But to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And a lot of you have been through a lot anyway, so this shouldn't really break you, but it can still make you teary. A young man shared a video of himself and his pregnant wife. A really pregnant woman that was rejected by an hospital along the Lekki Expressway in Lagos, Awoyaya to be precise. So he made a video pleading with a pregnant woman who was in in such great agony. So how much was the money the hospital demanded that the guy didn't have? 500,000 naira before they could attend to this pregnant woman. And I remember that they said that Tinubu and his gang claimed that if you take your wife to any, what do you call that in antenatal, government hospitals, and they need to carry out cesarean operation or what have you on your wife or on you, and you don't have any money, go to the government hospital. That's what they said. They said, go to the government hospital and it will be done for you for free. That's a lie. Oh, God damn it, man. Anyway, so the woman died. She died. She left 2 children, 2 girls. So, and her husband. 500,000 naira is 250,000. I'm sorry, 250 pounds. They lost the baby. They lost the mother. Nigeria happened.
Oh my goodness, Kemi, look at me, be strong, okay, Kemi, be strong, be very strong, yeah, look at me, look at yourself, think about your kids, please, you need to be very strong for me, you need to be very strong, please, move anywhere, move go, I beg, anywhere, be strong, please, be strong. Kemi, look at me. Would you me? Okay. Would you me? Yeah? Would you show me? Kemi. Kemi, Aha. I love you so much, please. Okay? Okay? Please, Kemi, please now. We are going to the hospital now. Yeah? We are going straight to the hospital now. Me will get back here. Kemi, please. We are going to the hospital now, right now, okay? Okay, Kemi? No, shadow me.
It's okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
God, have mercy on us. Oh, child. Yeah, Kemi, can you see me? Please, stay with me. Please, Kemi. You know I love you, Kemi. You know. That's why you need to be strong, yeah? Do you know I love you? You know. You have to be strong for Kemi, you have to be strong for me, please. Please open your eyes. Yeah? She'll be okay, Abby. Yeah? Kemi, Joe. Mo fi kunle Abby amabe, Kemi, Joe. Anywhere, any hospital ni Kemi alo, anywhere. Any hospital, Joe. Jones, thank you. Bele Kemi. Bele. Wàá rúre, wàá sọ̀rè. Agbára Ọlọ́run. Wàá rúre, wàá sọ̀rè. Yes. Ewé òkè bọ́ lára igi kó nigi lára. Wàá rúre, wàá sọ̀rè. Jọ̀ǹdọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Ó ti rúre náà. Jọ̀ọ́. It's okay, Kemi. It's okay, be strong. Kemi, be strong. Give me your hand. Kemi. Give me your hand. Yeah. Kemi, I get you. Yeah? You'll be fine. Are you strong? Eh? Kemi, are you strong? Please now, Kemi, please, Kemi. This is the hospital that I brought my wife yesterday, and they rejected her. And unfortunately, she's dead now.
Yeah, she died. 500,000 naira. God damn it, man. Anyway, may Nigeria not happen to you. We are all just victims waiting to happen, by the way, you know. We are all victims waiting to happen. And there's different ways that Nigeria will happen to all of us. It's just a turn-by-turn Nigeria limited. That's why if you don't kill Nigeria, Nigeria will kill all of us. That means when we say kill Nigeria, we mean this contraption, break it up, scatter it, break it up, and save lives. Others will say, no, let us go and get let us go and get another leader that can do better by the people, that can blah 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 blah. Okay, good luck with that. So how about Peter Obi? It was on news. I mean, sorry, it was on Arise News yesterday, talking about the states of Nigeria, including knocking off Tinubu and his gang over their, what do you call that thing again? Their irresponsible ways of how they've messed the entire place up, right? Kolu himself is in France now. He should have been, like, he left about 5 or 6 hours ago. So he should be in France by now. Kolu will be in France for 2 weeks in what is called walking visits. He didn't hand over to his deputy or vice, and he will be controlling and ruling Nigeria from France. So the difference between Tinubu and Bokwari is where they both go to rule Nigeria. Under Bokwari, it was London. And now with Tinubu, it will be Paris. To Peter Obi. Nigeria has no democracy. And if he is going to be part of any arrangement for 2027, he said he wants them to explain what they are going to do with power. That's one area I don't even get, right? He said he's not going into any coalition with people if they cannot tell what they want to do for Nigeria. But now, Atiku and others have all come out to condemn Tinubu, and they are all saying that they will do it better. So Obi is saying that he himself too will do it better. So if they are now talking about coalition, this coalition, that Obi is saying that he is not going into a coalition except they tell everybody what they want to do. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So everybody is telling everybody what they would do, even though they are likely never going to do it. You know, like, he said, don't come and take power for the sake of taking the power. No, everybody, even Bokwari told everybody that they were coming to take power to make your lives better. Atiku and others, El Rufai, the Kaduna little finger, right, is also saying the same thing. They need to come and make your life better. So why? Which of them did Obi not hear? But here, it's his position as shared on Arise News yesterday. Let's go there.
Corrupt democracy in Nigeria. So let's talk about the positioning for power in 2027, because that's when, assuming you run for president, you will have another chance to test your popularity in Nigeria. Lots of reports about realignments and various political groups and individuals said to be coming together to wrest power from the APC. How much are you in that mix?
Charles, I'm one person who is very reluctant about talking about 2027. I'll just probably gloss over it. Because we have a critical situation, Charles, where we're not addressing it. We have a country where our debt in 2015 is between 15 and 17 trillion. Now we have a country with a debt of 150 to 170 trillion. A country where our cost of debt servicing is now higher than our critical areas of budget for critical development, education, health, pulling people out of poverty. And we are discussing 2027. Charles, let's stay with what is happening today.
Yeah, but the fact is that you are discussing 2027.
I am part of it. I do all I say, and that's what I'm going to say now, is that whatever realignment, whatever coming together, we must discuss the future of this country. We're not just going to, I'm not going to be part of just wrestling power for power's sake. No. I want to know that we're going to do this in order to be able to invest in education, invest in health, invest in pulling our people out of poverty. How can a country with this size of uncultivated land not be able to feed itself?
Well, let me stay with that point of 2027. The reason is purely because it is enormously important, because those who support you, they want to see some sense of direction about what's going to happen next and whether or not you're going to try to realize that ambition again. I mean, some prominent opposition politicians have suggested that you should abandon your ambition of contesting the next presidential election and team up with Atiku Abubakar again as his deputy.
Which prominent politicians?
With an agreement, well, I'm not going to mention names, but I mean, quite a number of them have suggested that you should team up with Atiku Abubakar as his deputy with an agreement that after one term, he will work to make you president. They say that without this alliance, both you and Atiku will lose in 2027. What is your reaction to that?
Charles, elections are won, elections are lost by the vote of the people. All these things you're talking and all these things people are talking is because we are not democratic. Charles, we are talking of working together for the sake of the country, not because of political posts. I've said it before.
But if you don't have political power, you won't be able to change the country.
Charles, agree with that. That's why I've always said, I'm not desperate to be president. I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. Charles, it is all these alliances, all these groupings that brought us to where we are today. Because people were blinded. Instead of seeing what they would do to make the country work, make the country productive, they were focused on wrestling power. What are we going to use the power to do?
Yeah, but you ran for office in 2023. You wanted to wrest power from
Yes,
the
because
APC.
I wanted to do something.
Right.
Charles, I wanted to do something. I wanted to use it. By now, you would have been seeing the impact on education visibly. And I'm not talking about people coming to say it in TVs. You will be seeing it visibly. I would have even been visiting the schools.
Well, that's why some of
the health. You would have been seeing the primary. We have over 70% of our primary care are not functional.
But that's why some of your supporters are saying that for you to make this happen, you have to be able, you've got to be positioned, they say, to win the presidency.
Don't say my support.
Like the way I understand it as well, okay, is that until you have power, whatever plan you think you have may never suffice, may never materialize. It will just be like all the ideas, dancing steps, right, that a cripple has. It will remain inside him. Sorry, it's a Yoruba proverb. Sure you get that when you see a cripple, he or she has all the idea of the dancing steps. And when they watch you dance, they are always like, oh, if that was me last song, I would do like this, I would do like this, I would do like this. And I will roll, I will roll, I will roll, I would, I will spin and spin and spin and all of that. Oh, I don't have legs, so I can't do that. I just have this idea in my head. Some said what Peter Obi is saying is that majority, the likes of Atiku, El Rufaya, and maybe some others too, right, who have shown their own disagreement and disappointment in Tifnumbu. Majority of them are just interested in taking that power. Like, it's like saying, oh, I was having a chat with, this is me making up a scenario now, like based on what he said, though, because that is the only reason why Obi is feeling like that. Because everybody is talking about how they want to fix you. They want to fix Nigeria. You know, they will do this, they will do that, blah, 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 and all that. So maybe because Mr. Obi has sat with some of them, heard them speak, so you get like, oh, what do you think about so and so and all that? I was like, oh, me, I don't send anything. Oh. What I'm interested in right now is that we should just get rid of this stuff so that we can have our people there and we can have we can do whatever we like. Like what? What do you want to do? I don't even know it yet, but we must come together and remove this stuff. That's my own theory of why Obi keeps saying, I don't want to be in any coalition with people who are just doing it for the sake of hijacking power, because everybody wants to take power now. Obi wants power, Abi, to change your lives, Abi, to change your, what's that his slogan again? A working Nigeria is possible, right? So, except if everybody is lying. Continue, Obi.
Don't say my support. Don't just say some of my followers. I want Nigerians to know it is about their country.
Indeed.
So many Nigerians today don't know where the next meal will come from. They don't know. Several people have been to hospitals where people can't leave the hospitals because they can't pay. We have less than 5% insurance, health insurance in this country, when comparable countries like Indonesia have 95%.
Yes, but you're not going to be able to change that unless you become president.
No, but the people have to know and know that this man can do it.
Well, the argument is that even if you win in 2027, you'll be forced or prevailed upon to hand over to the North after just one term in 2031, which will not be enough for you to fulfill these electoral, let me just make the point, these electoral promises. Whereas if you worked with a one-term Northern presidency in 2027, you'd be more likely to scale through in 2031, assuming the North keeps to the agreement. Does that sound like a reasonable proposal to you? Because you mentioned Yaradua, who came into office. He had to come into office before he started trying to change things.
Charles, the president that is there today, how many years has he stayed? 2 years. And you could see where we are. Look at the turn of things in 2 years. That means that you can change things in 2 years. If I was there in 2 years, Charles, that you would have seen considerable change. In critical areas, I would have tackled corruption head on. I would have reduced cost of governance. And you will see it. People will feel it. And those monies invested in critical areas. Our primary health care today, I told you, 70% are not functional. And we spent over 35 billion in conference center. Which conference? Who is coming for the conference? You need to invest your money properly. Just you have been seeing borrowed money invested in critical area. A country in Bangladesh with 148,000 square kilometers of land is producing about 60 million metric tons of rice. And us, with over 6 times that size of land, cannot do 10% of that. Charles, there's room here. You talked about devaluation of Naira. There's nothing wrong in devaluation. I would have done something. I would have allowed the Naira to float. But I would have done it in an organized manner. There will be productivity. The idea of devaluing your currency, allowing it to float, to be cheaper is that you have productivity so you can export, so people can come and buy. But when you don't have productivity and you devalue your currency, it's double whammy because you have nothing to sell. So I would have injected money in productivity. Today, nobody is producing anything. Somebody told me a few days ago, say, oh, they've removed there's no more tax or this on some of the manufacturing inputs and everything. And all. I said, that's no. How can you manufacture? How can you do business when your interest rate is over 40%? One of the biggest costs of manufacturing today, cost of production today, is interest rate. Charles, nobody borrows money at over 40% to do a business that is shared. You can only borrow, it's only government that is borrowing that amount of money at that cost. So you need to do the right things, and you can do it.
So,
yeah, I think it makes sense. I mean, somehow, right, if you listen to him, okay, like if you listen to him with, with kind of like an open mind, you don't have to like him all. But some of his ideas, if you let him finish, they actually make sense, right? You know, when you have improved production, for example, right? And you have investors who have access to not only, cheap labor, they also have access to this big, massive markets, which is what Nigeria would have been if your prosperity was never altered, okay? So in South Korea, right? One South Korean, what do you call that? What's the money again? China Yuan, what do you call the one? I think it's called one. $1 is, I think it's about 4,000 or 5,000 won. Yeah, they have banknotes which has like a 5,000 won, 10,000 won on one single paper note like that. But guess what? Their economy is also one of not only just one of the biggest, it's also one of the most flourishing one. So they have this technique which makes it look like it is cheaper and economically rewarding to invest in South Korea. You know, the South Koreans, they are the owners of Samsung. Abi? So they have all these top electronics, international, like all these global electronics business entities in South Korea. And why was that? Because they decided to flow their money, attracted the investor, which gives them like what is called a cheap labor. And before you know it, they have they have about 2 to 3 trillion, if not more, trillion dollars economy. Their own foreign reserve, South Korea, is over $500 billion. Not to talk of Nigeria that is wallowing in patry, oil producing country, wallowing in a patry $33 billion foreign reserve. But you must have improved production. It simply means that all those vessels who are coming to use Nigeria as a dumping ground, when they bring anything to Nigeria, they will be loading stuffs out of Nigeria as well. It kind of makes sense, but it is Nigeria. Listen to the other parts of that interview. Yeah. I think this is where they talk about the democracy and the earth of it.
I believe that reforms take time for people to start seeing the gains of it.
Well, that's what their argument is.
But people have to see a clear roadmap that what they are sacrificing for, let's take fuel subsidy, which they say there's huge savings. Where is the savings being challenged to?
Well, they said, for example, and I'm not a spokesman for the government, but I have to play the devil's advocate because they're not here. I mean, they said that, for instance, more money is being given to the states. And if you look at the numbers, I mean, the amount of money that the states are getting. I mean, it's higher than it used to be. Although some are making the argument, and I suspect you're making the same argument, that because of the devaluation of the Naira, what they're getting is not worth anything.
Charles, if you are making a savings, you said, I want to save this money to be able to invest where? You have to invest in critical areas of development. And those critical areas of development are education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. Are we investing in it? Just no.
Well, they would argue that they're investing in education. They're providing funds and loans for students, which has never happened in this country before, to allow them to be able to go to school.
This country has universal basic education. And we have over 20 million children out of school. That is the critical area. It is the basic education that is the critical area. We're not doing anything in it. Just today, I visited an IDP camp. There's over 40,000 people in IDP camps around Abuja. I'm not talking outside Abuja. The one I visited is in Abuja. With over 4,000, they don't have a primary health care.
4,000 or 40,000?
Over 4,000.
Right.
40,000 around Abuja. But 4,000 in this particular facility.
Right, okay.
They don't have a primary health care. They don't have a primary school. They used to have a primary school, which was there by UNICEF. It's closed down for the past 3 years. The kids are there. There's no primary school. There's no health care. So, if you don't have that in Abuja, where do you have it? Where? And this is the one you said is free. Free and compulsory. So where are you investing the money?
So your conclusion then is that there isn't a clear plan and a trajectory, that it's kind of all over the place.
That is convincing. Because you have said, I'm removing this, you have to sacrifice, you have to suffer. Where are you investing it? It has to be clear. It has to be verifiable. It has to be visible. People have to see it. They have to feel it.
Right. Let me move away slightly from the economy, because you have suggested that President Tinubu's political decisions and counter decisions are both a cause for concern and a potential threat to Nigeria's democracy. Broadly, tell us more.
Well, I've said it and I maintain, Charles, there's no democracy in Nigeria today. Nigeria today is not a democratic country. Let's stop telling ourselves lies. If you look at all the tenets, look at all the yardstick of measuring democracy, it doesn't exist here. Simple definition, democracy is government of the people, by the people, for the people. Today, the government we have is not of the people. It's not by the people because the people didn't vote. It wasn't their votes. I'm not just talking about presidency. Across the line. Look at what happened in Edo. Can you call that democracy? It is not vote of the people. And it's not for the people. I've just told you that I went to an IDP camp where we have thousands of people, no primary health care. They were begging me to have one nurse, which I said I must make sure. They don't even have primary school, which again I told them I will make sure it happens. So what are you doing? For a country that just spent 21 billion naira to renovate a house for the vice president, which is not, hasn't packed in, is not living there.
I like the way they actually worked out, right? It's like when was about to kind of dip his teeth, you know, sink his teeth inside that chicken. It was like that in the T-pain economy. So now people are saying, you know what? It's like we don't have to worry ourselves anymore about their coalition or anything. With Natasha's homecoming yesterday, this is what people are saying. You know, they said, let's say, don't solve with that, right? Maybe you could do Obi Natasha 2027. How about that? Obi Natasha, President Natasha, being a Vice President Natasha. So back to Kogi and to what happened yesterday, right? When Natasha returned back to Nigeria, despite all the other threats of arrest or even attack. So she came out, she said, well, Akpabiole was working with Yeye Bello in trying to kill her, right? Then when you see the crowd, when you see the crowd that came to welcome her, somebody said they are natural, that she didn't have to even pay anybody to come out. You see, the effort of trying to remove her or recall her has generated so much heat in Kogi State that if any effort is made, like it's being made right now, it is bound to fail. But just before we go to Kogi, we'll both go say bye-bye to Kolu. Earlier, we are grown-up men lying the side of the aircraft to wave at the airplane or the aircraft as Kolu goes on 2 weeks. 2 weeks holiday. 2 weeks in France. God damn it, man. I'll see you later. So Tinubu will be back by the 16th or 17th of April. So if we not survive till that time, so good luck to you. Go back to Kogi. Yeah.
What is happening in Kogi State or even in the Nigerian Senate today is pathetic, is unfortunate, is not right for the democratic, setting. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Onuaha, what you saw yesterday, or even prior to yesterday, has been a show of consistency. She has demonstrated firmness, willpower, against all odds, that I will do what is right. You see, what Nigerian people haven't known is that the ban or the curfew imposed on our people, first, my brother in the studio is from Amala local government. It's quite far from even us. I am from Adavi local government. I was born and bred in Okene local government. I have worked across the 5 local governments that constitute Kogi Central, which Senator Natasha Akpoti-Onuaha is representing. So whatever I'm saying here today is not an abstraction of concrete reality, instead the fact of the matter. So I have direct experience, not a hearsay. As of today, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Onuaha is the most populous, is the most accepted leader in Kogi State or even Kogi Central. This is owing to the fact that prior to her emergence to political limelight, we have had leaders, political leaders, who are known to be a promise and fail leaders. But in our own case, who have seen that the reason they are in politics, or they have seen politics as economic gateway to success. But in Senator Natasha's case, it's different. It's all about the people. In fact, let me tell you, let me shock you, sir. What the government of Kogi State did yesterday, they were successful. People don't know this. The people you saw yesterday are not up to 10% of the people that plan to come out to welcome their most cherished daughter, to welcome the leader who went through the most persecuted election in Nigeria, promised to deliver good governance, inclusivity, empowerment to the people. And she never makes excuses. Rather, started doing what she promised to do, beyond our expectation. Before her emergence in politics, every person from Kogi Central used to be envious of senators from the West. I am telling you, go and check your statistics. But as of today,
Natasha is, Natasha is their own golden girl. And that's the person they want to take away from them. And, they would have to put in everything to stop that. Prayer docent, thank you so much, ma'am, okay, for that reach out. So thank you. Same thing goes to Kingsley Ogiriaki. Thank you. Akpabioli's, Akpabioli has his own chief of staff or an advisor who is also from Kogi. So he went on to Shewun's Mike on a program on YouTube and made some, the usual, defending his boss, made some, some revelations that a lot of people have actually entered him, tore into him. You will say anything to defend Akpabili, won't you? But he did say that he has a history with Natasha, right? And his reaction, let me play for you.
Your petition and start showing your evidence. He reluctantly took, that is the petitioner, reluctantly took his oath and refused to adopt his petition, showing that they were not ready. I know what I'm saying when I say this is empty. It's empty. Then again, ask yourself, if Senator Natasha was quick enough to take Unform Patrick, one of junior aides to the SP, to court for a defamatory statement she felt he made on his Facebook page, even though he said his Facebook page was hacked, that referred to her as robbing pancake and wearing transparent clothes. Why has he not taken the SP to court on this issue of sexual harassment, which is a more serious case? Why would she have gone to court on that Facebook post by a mere aide? And the one you have accused the man of, you have refused to take him to court or to the police. Ask yourself that question.
What's your relationship like with Senator Natasha now?
Oh, completely broken. He completely broke in July. In July 2024. When she felt
that's your friend's wife.
Yeah, when she felt I should never have gone on television to defend. In fact, she sent me a text that is so.
What was it like?
Derogatory. I released it on the Arise morning forum. I had to release it because I was dead to release it. I had promised myself my wife wouldn't see the text, but I had to release it.
What did she say in the
You want
text?
me to release the text? Or
no, that's fine. If you can go ahead.
You can scroll it. That was what she. That's what.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes,
it can be scrolled.
You can read it.
So, all right.
She owned up to it on the Arise Morning Forum.
It calls you a betrayer of trust.
That was sent to me on the 26th of July, 2024. Are you scrolling?
How do you? Yes, we're scrolling that. How do you feel about this?
She said, "You betrayer of trust, pick up the phone and hear the curses that will befall your children and generations. As you sat on TV defending Akpabio's actions against me, so also will everything good turn to bad for you and your family. If your mother, your wife, and every female in your household that is a stripper, a prostitute, a club girl, and all the world connotes, my mother is dead. I felt bad, but I let it go because of my relationship with Alema.
Have you forgiven her?
I've forgiven her. In all honesty, if I didn't forgive her, my relationship wouldn't have continued.
If you see her today, what would you be telling her?
If I see Senator Natasha, it's the same thing I'll tell her because she's my friend's wife. That she should trace back her path.
If in all of this.
But in all this, it's not about me. It's about my friend, about Alema. It's not about me at all. It's not about me. Forget me in this equation.
No, why?
I hold no grudge against her.
Why does it look like there's a plan?
No grudge at all against her.
Why does it look like there's a plan not to allow Natasha Akpoti to return to the Senate?
No, they want her back to the Senate once she apologizes. I can assure you.
But a 6-month suspension looks like a forever.
Her problem is she is mixing up the issue of sexual harassment and the issue of the suspension on gross misconduct. Apologize for the gross misconduct. Get back in the Senate. Then you can pursue your case of sexual harassment to a logical conclusion. Are you understanding where I'm coming from?
What would you then say to people who believe that Akpabio should step down as a Senate president? Because some of what has happened has really dented the image of the Senate.
Step down as a Senate president because the truth is none of these have been proven. Now, if the ethics committee had come up with your petition.
He works for Akpabio, by the way, just so you understand. And his wife is also Natasha's friend, according to him. What's that guy's name again? Osai something. Anyway. Meanwhile, the Natasha herself, right, speaking to our supporters in Okene yesterday, right, securing their assurance that the recall process will fail once the people who claim never to have signed any recall letter or recall petition against her. So they said, well, you know what? They actually sang for her. I didn't get what they were singing at first. Then later I got it. They were telling themselves to collect their money, but defend Natasha. Listen.
Collect your money. 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 Collect your money.
Natasha on it, abandon you. Because I shall collect your money.
Collect your money. Thank you very much. Collect your money. They're coming around you. They come to your various words, trying to bribe your conscience. When they give you money, collect your money. The money they go about sharing. That's the money for pensioners. That's your salary they all pocketed. So collect your money.
Collect your money. Rafubi. My guy. That's what they talk about. Say, collect your body. Now, the money where you go collect will come hook you for neck like that. Yeah. Because we collected money, they said we had to do it. That's why we had to do it, kind of. So she was also honored that, a gala night organized by the Arise News, this day newspaper. I don't know if they gave her an award. I think they did.
Benefiting hundreds.
Our work addresses infrastructure gaps with projects like road lighting and water supply, focused on reviving Ajaokuta steel. She is committed to impactful legislative action.
Yes, indeed. We were expecting that applause. Now, up next, Mrs. Hadiza Bala Usman.
Round of applause. Hadiza Bala Usman is Special Advisor to the President of Policy.
This morning, I almost didn't feel like attending this event, but my husband had to speak to me. Courage, he said. Natasha, it doesn't matter what the media has narrated of you. That doesn't define you. And walking up here, the cheers I heard from you all just reaffirmed the journey that you choose. One must find courage, even to speak the most difficult of things. And today, I'm being honored amongst many women to receive the award of the bold voice of good governance. And I say this, it takes a whole lot of courage to reform governance. And in trust, I hope we jointly, we patriotically do right by our country. Thank you.
In Anambra, Oka, Charles Soludom continues his purported clamping down on criminals. He launched what he called the Agone Chamber. Is that not mine, Osita? Agone Chamber, no. I thought Osita called me Agone Chamber, right? Lion with a sword, I've been with a gun. Anyway, Solodom has inaugurated another one. I don't know if this one is different from the ones that are helping him to mass arrest DPS. But watch this.
We've inaugurated various communities have inaugurated their community management and finance committee of the Agone Chamber. And then at the local government supervisory committee, and now the state supervisory committee. And this committee is made up of the following: the State Security Supervisory Committee, that consists of the governor or any person designated by him as chairman, the commissioner in charge of Homeland Security, if any, as member, special advisor to the governor on security, if any, as member, a representative of Nigerian Police Force as member, a representative of the Department of State Security, DSS, as a member, a representative of National Security and Civil Defense Corps as a member, chairman of House of Assembly Committee on Security as a member, the chairman of State Council of Traditional Rulers or his representative as a member, secretary legal advisor who shall be a state counsel for Ministry of Justice, the mayors of the local government areas, and any other member or members that may be appointed by the government. And I think the functions are spelled out in the Act, subsection 3. And that's to ensure that the units of Agone Chamber and their members are duly registered in accordance with the law, monitor the activities of different units of Agone Chamber in the communities and local governments to ensure that they operate effectively and in accordance with the law, and advise the governor on the program and activities of Agone Chamber, effect the provision of necessary materials by the state to the central command of Agone Chamber, intervene and set up units of Agone Chamber in communities or local government where there is conflict or difficulty in setting up units of the Agone Chamber, conduct periodic audits of all units of Agone Chamber, identify areas of need of the units of Agone Chamber and bring them to the knowledge of government, intervene in cases of misunderstanding between units of Agone Chamber police or other security agencies, ensure that cordial relationship and synergy are maintained among the units of Agone Chamber, between the units of Agone Chamber in the local governments and communities and the central command. Document and maintain a database of all units and all members of Agone Temba their arms and equipment, carry out such other activities in the state as are necessary and expedient in the purpose, for the purpose of achieving the objectives of Agone Temba are set out in this law. That's the functions of this state supervisory committee. It remains for me to say that the committee, state supervisory committee, is hereby inaugurated.
Agone Chamber Committee. Agone Chamber. But in Lagos, where Wahabi, Wole was doing the lost work, 2 works. The first one, demolishing what they call the illegal structures littered around a bridge where people have formed their, they've kind of like formed their own homes, right? Where they've made their own shelter, the bridges in Lagos. So, Wahabi Wole doing that, and at the same time, showing us, right, the part of the mega shitty that they don't really want to, they don't want you to see. That is why I have been following Wahabi, because he's the only one who can show me the Lagos that they don't want the world to see. While they are doing their best or pretending to be cleaning it. Let's go to Lagos. This time I think it's somewhere in Lagos Island, okay? Adeniji, Adele, Ojaba, all those areas, right? Let me show you. In Lagos.
Hello. Oh man, come on, you know. Stop. One more. What side is this on? Hey. Hey, wait. Hey, it's okay. Sorry. Let's obey. Go now. Yeah, you buy just now.
Just give them 24 hours. Then they move their things. If not, don't get best in here.
Mama, the phone bill.
Shitty Lagos. So, brethren, thank you so much again for tonight, and thank you very much for your super chats, the likes, the comments, except for the calls. Don't worry. These days, I tend to be having so much to share that since 2 hours is no longer enough. So I am considering starting the Maiyegun's Diary Politico from 7 p.m. Or I am going to see how that goes anyway, because in the last 4 years, we've been having Maiyegun's Diary Politico at 8 p.m., the prime time. And a lot of people have adjusted their time to 2 p.m. in America, 8 p.m. in the UK and in Nigeria too. So I'm working on that and see if we can have more, or we just have to keep managing the time. So thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And okay, anyway, we'll take calls next time. All right. I'll do my best to make sure that I factor in phone in, and you can add your own contribution. Don't forget, on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, it's something I've discussed right now that you wanted to say something about, but there's no chance, right? A chance will present itself. And it doesn't really matter if I am no longer talking about that thing, but you still want to say something on that, right? You can always call in and express yourself, okay? Whilst you are leaving this broadcast this evening, remember, like the broadcast, share it as usual, and thank you so much for all the support. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take it easy where it is easy. No grief for anybody where you shouldn't grieve for anybody. Above it all, stay alive. Whatever you do, don't die on me, just stay alive. And I will see you next time. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. ayé
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọ́ mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
allowed the two children to attend the budget every year. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Can in dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they no dey do anything with the power. Every day dollar just dey get the higher power over naira. Still dem talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no wan make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don come, oh yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe é àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Today. Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Maiyegun live. Thank you very much for joining me, brethren. And welcome to the Temple of Truth again tonight. Please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, you are always advised to read the description as well. Like it, the broadcast, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them all that Maiyegun today. And of course, if you have done that already, thank you. While we wait for others to join us, don't mind the attendance yet. Okay, so you just do what you have to do and then sit back, relax, and enjoy the gist. Yesterday, one of Tinubu's appointees, the Dr. Stupid Service Director, gave a speech where it was pretty much like a security kind of a gathering, talking about the insecurity situation in that Nigeria. And he did say something which is pretty much true. Like, true. However, he also somehow said something that is also not true. So what was that he said that's true? And that is, he categorically told Nigerians there that the Nigerian police, Nigerian military, they cannot protect everyone, which is true. And that is deliberate, by the way, because the reasons why the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police will not be able to protect everyone is because, number one, the entire security architecture of Nigeria is compromised, corrupt. Now, compromise and corruption, they are two demeaning, destructive, things, if you have to say. So, which means the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police will rather protect the criminals that, turned Nigeria into that jungle that it is. Therefore, living next to nothing, right, for the protection of the people of the country. So he now suggested that you should defend yourself. Mind you, he won't be the first person to say that as a member of the ruling party as well as the government in power. The Magashi, I think that's his name, Magashi, the former minister of defense under Bukwari, once also advised the people to stop being cowards. He said people should face the terrorists and fight them. So that's exactly that's the same thing that the Dr. Stupid Service, DSS, their director is also saying. On the other hand, though, systemically, they are disarming Nigerians, They are disarming Nigerians enough that they are making Nigerians to sit duck and like cows waiting to be slaughtered, just to wait for them. Why did I say that? We have had the instances, true stories, where people actually resisted the terrorists. Indeed, they resisted them only for the Nigerian authorities, the DSS, the police, the military, and what have you, to invade such communities and disarm them by collecting their weapons and at the same time arrest those they consider stubborn, who are not going to listen to their instructions. So this is the reality. But the Dr. Mustupide Service DSS Director Ajayi had this to say. So this is where we're going to start from this evening, okay? Please share the broadcast. It's going to be a long night.
With the CDS. This gentleman, officer and general, does not cease to amaze me. Because he did not only accept to come here, but he did so in writing. He acknowledged, and he did so in writing. He's a great team player. In all my years in service, I've never seen a team player like General Musa. Thank you very much. Thank you for all you do. And I'll tell you a story about the former US President, George Bush. He had gone to campaign in Florida for a second term, and a 10-year-old girl walked up to him and said, when I grow up, I want to be a president just like you. But she said, at this moment, tell me what a 10-year-old can do to help your administration. And President Bush said, anytime you see an American in uniform, say thank you to him. Because every day they lay down their lives for us. General Musa, please say thank you to our troops for laying down their lives for us. But as much as I like General Musa, he underrated me. You know, I have spent 35 years in this job. But for political appointment, I should be on my way out by April. And all I've learned is covertness, how to do things covertly. So, General Musa, you made a mistake with me. When we invited you for this program to be the chairman, you now decided to go and apply for Canadian visa. So we covertly made sure we denied you. So, my dear General, next time when you hear of DSS, and under a leadership like mine, who has swag in doing the job, don't underrate us. So when you leave here, you can see me, you get your Canadians. We wanted you to be here, so you couldn't have been in Vancouver. Speaking seriously,